Welcome back to Mountain Beaches. It is a beautiful day here at Eagle Ridge at our off-grid property in North Idaho, and we are back home. We've been gone for a couple of weeks, but we're back now and anxious to get going on so many new projects that we have in store for you. Time is running out. Winter will be here before we realize it, and the days of working are getting shorter and shorter. The daylight is getting shorter and shorter. But let me show you the progress that we made while we were gone, or not that we made, our contractor made. You can probably see behind me the barn dominium. It has got the windows framed in, but we also have the roof on. We were kind of expecting the metal siding to be on while we were gone. They didn't do that because of the open trenches that are still around. So we'll get those taken care of here in the next week or so. And then the siding will get put on. But let's go look at the windows. But before we do that, we came home with a special small black package, and we're going to show that to you a little bit later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. I came home with a nasty cold. I'm starting to feel a little bit better now, but man, I have been dragging. Yesterday I just sat around, didn't do a thing, and today still not a lot of strength, but I got to get some work done. So here we are at the barn door, and right here there is our bedroom window. That will be the kitchen window and living room window. And then on the other wall over there, we'll go over and look at that. That is another living room window. You can still see the open trench down here that needs to get filled in. That's our water line. And that is the electrical to the water line. Let's come over here. And there's the other living room window. And then this right here, they haven't finished framing it in. That is our entrance, our door into the barn door. So yeah, let's take a step back a little bit further, and I can show you the roof. Let's see. This side's pretty dark, but I think you'll be able to see it from over here. What do you think? It looks amazing. I love it. That is the black standing seam metal roof. Oh, we're gonna love it. The siding is sitting over here. They delivered that a few weeks ago, actually, sitting over here, and it doesn't look like very much for all that is going to be needed, but they know what they're doing, so I'm sure they delivered the right amount. Let's go take a look at that. We've got the siding right over here, over by our boiler. Again, this is just temporary location for the boiler, but this is our siding. Let's see if we can peel it open. It's a dark steel gray. It's very similar to the color of our shed. You know, our shed way over there, you saw us build that last year. It's very similar color to that. So that's the siding color, but this is the standing seam. It has a little bit of a texture to it and a variation. We did that because we didn't want it just to be a glossy black up on the roof. So I think that's just going to be gorgeous. Going to be a gorgeous roof. We are so excited. We just have so much to do. I'm going to start projects that I'm going to be working on in this video. I need to get the electrical conduit run. That is going to be the start of going out to our solar setup. And that goes in this trench right here that you saw me digging in a couple of videos ago. We got the conduit sitting here, and it's going to come up into our electrical room. We're going to have an electrical utility room, and then over here is a water H2O utility room. That's where the pump controller currently sits and where the water comes up into the barn dominium. Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. I need to make the final decision on where the boiler is going to go, because I got to run the pipe. It's got to be here underneath the floor before we can pour the concrete, and it's going to come up over into the water utility room, and that's where we'll have the water for the hot water for the radiant floor heating. Right now I'm leaning towards putting the boiler in the original location, which would be right here, right over here, inside that room, and that's going to be closed off. And then I got to run the pipe over. Have you seen that pipe? It's extremely well insulated, and they say, I think it's over, is it 100 feet, 50 feet, something like that. There's only a 1 degree loss in temperature. So we have 100 feet of this pipe right now. Way more than we're going to need for right now, but we got extra of it. Right down here, this is the pipe that goes from the boiler to wherever you're going to actually have your heating. So this is the pipe. Let me show you what it looks like. So it has 2 pipes and then thick foam insulation. So it has the heat and the return, both inside this Rhinoflex tubing. Well insulated, so that goes down in the ground. I've got to get that done. Yeah, we got to get to work. Winter's coming. Before we get started on projects, I need to add water to the trailer. We're almost out, but you know what? We get to add water from our own well. This is the first time adding water to our trailer from our own well. So let's get the hose and run it over there. I got to get some extensions. This isn't going to go very far with what I have right now, so let's get some more hose and reach over to the trailer. This is exciting. I had the water tested, and it's a little bit hard and has some minerals in it that we don't want necessarily, but they're low amounts. It'll be fine for now. We filter all our drinking water through our Berkey anyway, so for now this will be just fine. I ran a bunch of water into our cistern yesterday after we got home, and it's looking pretty clear. Water's looking pretty clear. I've also got a filter here I can use, just this RV filter. It doesn't do a great job, but it's better than nothing. So let's see, we'll probably need both of these, but we'll start with this one and go from there. All right, I've got the hoses all hooked together, extensions, and now we've got to go over, we've got to fire up the generator. That's the only electricity we have to run the pump well. That's showing the pressure. We got 62 PSI, which is right where we want it, somewhere around 60, so that's good. We'll go open up the hydrant and run some water through. We got to get this all backfilled too. You can see remember where I backfilled this? It's starting to collapse a little bit. Yeah, we're just going to let that flush the hose out for a minute, and then we'll hook it up to the trailer, fill the tanks. I know that generator is making quite the racket. We're going to get the filter hooked up, then hook this up to the trailer, and turn the water back on. And we have to change the settings to water fill tank. So that's that. There. All right, we're good to fill. Oh, we've got another beautiful day here on the Off Grid Homestead. Yesterday didn't really go quite as planned. I had mentioned that I was going to get started on projects and things just went sideways. Not project-wise, but me personally. You know, I told you I have a cold. I still do, and it's a head cold, and I just couldn't do anything yesterday. We ended up going to the grocery store, doing some grocery shopping, and you can probably still tell that I'm congested, but I got to get going, and I'm going to get working. I'm feeling somewhat better today, so I'm going to get started on the projects, getting the conduit laid for the solar, getting conduit laid for the wood boiler, getting the water lines laid for the wood boiler. Those are some of the things that we need to get going on. So let's get started. All right, so this is where the boiler goes. And what I need to do is I've got a line drawn right here. I need a trench here. This will be for future use for heating a home. So we need to run a line that's going to be under the concrete. And then this other spot is going to go over to where we run our radiant floor heating. So I need to have a line that goes from here over to our water utility room. And so I'm going to string it off and spray it so I know where to dig the trench. So putting a stake in the ground and then draw a string. And after we draw the string, we'll spray it. You might be wondering why I'm shoveling when I've got the excavator. Well, I've got an RV clean out line, RV dump line right here, sewer line, so I don't want to hit that, I need a shovel around it, and then I'll continue on.
You want me to go?
Just below it a little bit. So what are you doing down there?
Playing in the mud. I am doing my job. You wanted me to dig down around this pipe so that we could put some gravel down there so that it would drain, I guess when it's not being used. Is that right?
Right, this is for the hydrant, and when you turn the hydrant off, the hydrant drains, and we need some gravel down there for it to drain into.
So that's what I'm doing.
Alrighty, good job.
Easy job.
See how muddy that is? That's because that's where the water goes.
Yep.
Either that, or we've hit another water source.
Don't we wish that our well was only this deep? I don't want to just dump it in.
Beautiful.
I don't even
That's
feel like
exactly what we needed.
That's good. You good with that?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Very good. Thank you.
Climb my way out of this hole.
The trench for the boiler water lines is coming really nicely, but I'm running out of steam. Here, having this cold, it's really putting a damper on the amount of work I can do. I did a lot of it with the excavator, but I'm having to hand shovel a lot of it, and I still have a lot of hand shoveling left to do. So I think for today, rather than overdo it, I'm gonna stop working on this and maybe shift to some other excavator work. But let me show you what we have so far. Let me turn the camera around. Okay, so over in this bay, this is where our boiler goes. And we need to go from here. I need to hand trench over, all the way over to where the excavator has dug. So I need to hand trench, I don't know, 3 feet, a couple of feet deep. And then this looks really nice going across there. Can you tell? Let me get down in there. We're going underneath the sewer line and over here underneath this drain line, and then it's going to come up right about there in the water utility room. So yeah, it's getting better little by little. I'm out of energy for doing that today, but I don't want to overdo it, so little by little it's getting better, and I'll finish that off tomorrow. So I think what I will do today is hop back in the excavator and maybe fill in the hole around the well. We just put a bunch of gravel over in there. You saw that, but we still have that big, huge hole from when they had to fix the pipe. And let me show you down in here. So yeah, we just finished putting all that gravel down the bottom of the hydrant so it'll drain. It'll have a place for the water to go and not pool, puddle, make mud. So yeah, now I need to start filling this in some layers and get that settling. And that's what I'll work on right now. No lack of things to do around here ever. We are behind the 8 ball, and oh, here's Kim. So remember when I told you at the beginning of the video we had a small black package that we wanted to show you? Kim's got the small black package. We got a puppy.
Meet Jazz. She is about 8 weeks old. She weighs about 3 pounds, and she's a Cavapoo. She is the perfect off-grid companion. And
she's a watchdog.
She stole our hearts. We were not going to get a puppy, and oh my gosh, she just stole our hearts. And you know, it's kind of like having a baby. I forgot how much work a puppy is, but we love her. Absolutely love her.
Our daughter's dog, our daughter Lauren, her dog had puppies.
Yep.
And she was selling them, and we went and this was the mistake. We went and visited.
Well, how could you pass this up? We were not planning on a puppy, but oh, she's just wonderful. We just love her. So we're going to share lots with you. I think she's going to, you know, overtake the channel a little bit.
So not only do we have one dog now,
yes,
we have 2. You might recognize this one. Tux. Tux. Come here, Tux.
Look at Tux. Look. Yeah.
Yeah, that is Tux from Martin and Julie Johnson, Martin Johnson Off Grid Living. We are dog sitting for them.
Yep, they're traveling. And Tux and Jazz are learning to get to know each other.
What? What, Tux? Yes. Okay. Yes. 2 dogs from 0 to 2 and nothing flat.
We're loving it.
That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already. And we'll see you in the next video.
Did your butt need to be cleaned off too? Okay, come here.